Summary of Henry IV Part 1 by William Shakespeare. In 1402, King Henry IV of England has to put off his plans to go on a crusade to the Holy Land because there is trouble in England. Hotspur, Glendower, Mortimer, and Douglas have been fighting, and the bloodthirsty warrior Hotspur refuses to give the king his war prisoners, which is a sign of disloyalty. While this is going on, Prince Hal is getting drunk and having fun with Falstaff and Poins, even though King Henry hopes Hal could be a good fighter like Hotspur. Hal thinks to himself that his silly corruption is just an act and that he will soon show his real, honorable self, which will be even more amazing because it is so different. Hotspur fights with King Henry at court over the prisoners and the payment for Mortimer, whom the king says is a useless rogue and shouldn't be freed. Hotspur finds out that the man his family helped put on the throne back in the time of King Richard II is treating them badly. This makes him very angry. Worcester tells Hotspur and Northumberland about a rebel plan he has made against the king, but he does this behind Henry's back. Hotspur is very interested in the story, and he can't stand Richard Scrope's letters telling him to be careful. He rushes to do something and fights with Lady Percy as he leaves. As the rebels plan their scheme, Prince Hal and Poins put on disguises so that after Falstaff, Bardolph, Gadshill, and Peto rob tourists carrying wealth to the king, Hal and Poins can easily steal the stolen money from their weak friends. Later, Prince Hal and Poins encourage Falstaff to tell wild lies about how brave he was when he faced his thieves at the bar. When Hal reveals his trick, he accuses Falstaff of being a wimp, but Falstaff says he has always been brave and that he just knew not to hurt a prince. Prince Hal gets a message from his father calling him to court and telling him about the treason plan that is getting worse. Hal and Falstaff both pretend to be King Henry. Hal covers for his friend Falstaff when the sheriff comes to look for the stolen goods that Falstaff took. Hotspur, Mortimer, Glendower, and Worcester get together in Wales to work on their plan. Hotspur gets into a heated argument with Glendower about astrological signs, and he also fights with everyone else about his share of the land they will get from the king. Lady Mortimer sings to her husband in Welsh, a language he doesn't understand and feels terrible about. Hotspur and Lady Percy fight. At London Castle, Hal apologizes to King Henry for his careless actions and offers to make up for them so that his father will be proud of him again. Back at the pub, Falstaff insists to hostess quickly. He says that he's been robbed, which she and Hal both say is not true. At Shrewsbury, Hotspur, Worcester, and Douglas get ready for fight and find out that Northumberland and Glendower won't be able to join them. Hal got Falstaff a job as an army captain, and he chooses weak men who pay him to fill their spots with pathetic losers. This makes Falstaff rich, but it leaves his troops vulnerable. King Henry tries to make peace, but Hotspur and the other rebels laugh at him. Back in York, Richard Scrope writes to his friends to try to get them to join the rebels. On the morning of the fight, King Henry tries again to make peace, but Worcester misrepresents the king's offer of peace to the rebels as a call to battle because he is afraid that a peace deal will make him pay for Hotspur's crimes against the throne. When the Battle of Shrewsbury starts, Douglas kills Sir Walter Blunt, who is trying to protect King Henry by claiming to be him. Everyone is shocked by how brave Prince John is as a soldier. Douglas fights King Henry himself, and Prince Hal saves the king's life just in time. Then, Hal fights Hotspur and kills him. Falstaff pretends to be dead so that Douglas won't kill him. He then says that he killed Hotspur himself. The fight is won by King Henry's side. Worcester and Vernon are put to death by the king, but Hal saves Douglas's life. At the end of the play, King Henry shows how he plans to keep peace in England.
About the author. In 1564, William Shakespeare was born. His father was a glovemaker and assemblyman in Stratford-upon-Avon, and his mother was the daughter of a wealthy farmer. At age 18, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, who was 8 years older than him. Between the mid-1580s and 1613, he wrote many plays, including Romeo and Juliet, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, The Henriade, Julius Caesar, Othello, and many others. In 1609, he put out a book of sonnets. In the mid-1590s, when London's stages were closed because of the plague, he put out other long works. Shakespeare was said to have died of a fever in 1616, just a month after writing a will in which he said he was healthy. His writings that are still around include almost 40 plays and more than 150 sonnets. His work is still performed, studied, and revised today.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.